how on earth do I start to move away from ChatGPT and actually grow with AI as a small business?
Okay, I think, look, it's a common problem that lots of entrepreneurs, lots of business owners are facing right now is you're using AI for productivity. I think a lot of people are stuck at this level of the game. It's giving you some productivity benefits, but it's not giving you the true power and promise of AI. It's not delivering everything that it possibly could for you. And now you're at this moment where you've got to cross the Rubicon, so to speak, into not just using ChatGPT, but having your own proprietary agents that sit within your business that are micro employees that enable you to generate more value for your customers. And the first thing you've got to understand is there's levels to the AI game. The way that we think about this here at Minimal Viable Launch is that we try and break down AI projects into 3 distinct phases. Most people want to start right up here at the top of the pyramid, the most difficult, most expensive, highest risk, highest reward uses of AI. We call these the AI moonshots. This is where you're using AI to build software that changes the way that your industry works. You're disrupting many people. You're creating a lot of value at scale using code as the primary driver. That's a good place to start, but it is the highest risk. And it does require the most investment of capital. So we actually encourage entrepreneurs to move down this triangle here into the simplest projects that start to build an ROI for you and give you the space to actually grow your business, be leaner, be more profitable so that you can invest in riskier projects. The next phase down is the money makers. And the money makers are a series of AI agents that you could build and create, which are taking maybe a call transcript from a sales call that you've had with a customer, and it's customizing a presentation, a brochure, a recommendation, a piece of strategy. And it's enabling you to close customers at a higher rate. It's enabling you to do things that are genuinely valuable for them in that sales process. And I'll give you an example of this. We worked with an animator who's selling really kind of high ticket animations for technically complex products. And he created something called the $1 Million Napkin Sketch, where he uses AI to create the entire storyboard of his animation off of the back of a 1-hour conversation with him whilst he's focusing on the keyframe visual. So he does something remarkably valuable for his customers, and then he sells them a huge contract on the back of that. And nearly every business that we speak to has these. Don't start here though. These often require more complex data flows. They're often combinations of agents. They are a little bit more sophisticated. There is a hidden secret in your business right now, is that you can use AI agents as micro employees, not to outsource an entire department, not to do a complete role within your business, but to do specific processes within someone's day-to-day role. We call these the cost savers. And the cost savers, they're not sexy AI agents. You're not hearing about these in the news every single day. It's not the thing that people are saying is going to take everyone's job and replace everyone. But what we find is companies that build these cost savers, they start their agentic flywheel. They start to have a more profitable, leaner business. They can do more in a single 24-hour output than their competitors. And they start to become very, very hard to compete with. To find these requires you to do something called problem scouting. And problem scouting is the idea that you don't need to be a genius in order to identify hundreds of projects in each of these fields within your business. What you need is to be a curious researcher, a documentarian, where you are analyzing your business, you're speaking to people in your business, or you're tracking your time in the day and you're finding out, what are you actually spending your time on? How can we automate that in this cost-saving space here with an AI agent that allows you to save half an hour a day, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, and reapply more of your time up into this money-making segment here so that you can do the things that actually grow your business. Most business owners struggle to grow their business because they are buried under the work that exists here, the never-ending pile of problems that stops them actually improving and growing their business. Being busy is not a badge of honor anymore. It is a sign of idiocy. You should be asking what is keeping you busy And how do you outsource that to an AI agent so that you can focus on money-making opportunities, so that maybe, just maybe, you'll get to the point where you can have an AI moonshot built for you and have an 8-figure opportunity in your business. If you don't do this, you kind of have this straight line here, which is every single day that you don't automate some of these tasks with AI. Let's say you have a process in your business that requires 1 hour a day. You have a consistent unit of time spent and effort spent to complete that job. You don't get any leverage, you don't get any value out of this. You just trundle along. The people who build these agents in this cost-saving space, they spend initially some more time and money in building that, but then they get the effort that would have been required to complete that task back. They get a dividend. And they get this again and again and again and again and again in a series of S-curves that helps them be more productive and grow faster than their competition can possibly keep up with. So yes, there is an investment required of time, effort, and money, but the reward is permanent. And if you think about hiring an employee to take this task off your hand, you have to pay them every hour they run that task. You have to pay them again and again and again. An AI agent, you have to pay for the initial setup if you can't do this yourself. But then the credit cost is a fraction of what an employee costs. And so you get that forever. And the businesses that understand that they're in the game of leverage will outcompete those businesses that stay stuck down here day and night.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, YouTube thinks you will like these videos next.